If you're in search of some better sound for your Ram and some better performance and a high-quality exhaust system, this AWE OFG dual rear exit exhaust system with the diamond black tips will be a great pick for your 2009 to 2018 5.7-liter Ram 1500. Now, getting right into sound when it comes to the loudness meter, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 on the loudness meter, with 1 being completely stock and 5 being Wake the Neighbors loud. Now, this system is going to completely transform the way that your 5.7-liter sounds, with a deeper exhaust note, some better volume, and minimal drone, making it great for anyone, especially the daily driver looking to turn some heads. Now, not only is this going to offer a bold sound, but it's also going to perform well at the same time, giving you a little bit more horsepower and torque out of the 5.7-liter. Now, this system will also feature AWE's straight-through style design and 180-degree technology to eliminate any drone, which is especially helpful for situations when cruising on the highway. Now, when it comes to the construction, this whole thing will be a dual 3-inch catback system made of high-quality mandrel bent T304 stainless steel for optimal rust resistance, lasting almost the lifetime of your truck. This will also boast a premium appearance when it comes to the tips, with a 304 stainless steel build and a 5-inch double wall /cut design with a diamond black finish for a super sleek appearance. This is also backed by AWE's no CEL or check engine light guarantee and is completely bolt-on with no cutting required when it comes to the install. Now, with the features that this brings to the table, this will be more of a premium choice, coming in at roughly $1,500. Now, comparing this to other choices, you're getting a lot out of the price and the quality of materials being some of the most rust resistant compared to other options, and the premium appearance, as well as the comfortable yet aggressive sound. Now, I think if you're willing to pay the extra couple bucks for a system that's going to last and look good while doing it, and of course sound great when it comes to your 5.7-liter, then this is going to be it. When it comes to install, I'm going to give this a lighter 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about 2 hours to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. At this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown of the install process. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
The tools you'll need for this project are an impact gun, a 3/8 and 1/2-inch drive ratchet, an 11, a 13, a 15, and a 16mm socket, and some spray lube and a cloth. Hi everyone, today we're installing an exhaust on our Ram pickup, but first let's watch a short video on how to uninstall the stock system.
We have to remove our factory system. That includes pulling both tailpipes on either side of the truck, as well as the factory muffler. We're going to unbolt the tailpipes from the muffler first using a 15mm socket. That's going to allow us to pull the tailpipes off of the rubber isolators. All right, now that we have those 2 tailpipe clamps loosened on the muffler, we're going to go ahead and pull the tailpipes from the isolators. Once the tailpipes are pulled from the rubber isolators, that's going to give us enough leverage that we can kind of wriggle them out from the muffler itself, and then we can actually pull our muffler. All right, now that we have our driver's side tailpipe removed, we're going to do the same thing for the passenger side. The passenger side only has one hanger up here, makes it a little bit easier on us. All right, next we have to loosen the clamps securing our muffler to our flow tube here. That's also going to be a 15mm socket. With the clamp holding our muffler loosened, we're going to spray down our last 2 rubber isolators, and then we're going to pull the muffler from our mid-pipe. Now, if any of those rubber isolators are giving you a hard time, you can actually knock the muffler loose from the clamp that you loosened using a dead blow mallet. That'll give you enough leverage to pull it out of the rubber isolator.
first piece we're going to install is going to be our muffler. So we're going to slide one of the supplied 3-inch clamps over the inlet side of the muffler, and then we're going to slide the ends of these hangers into the isolators already on the truck. So we'll go ahead and slide these 2 hangers into the isolator here. And you may find it helpful to use a little bit of spray lube on those isolators before you slide that in. Now once you've got the hangers into the isolators, now we can go ahead and connect the front of our muffler to the stock pipe. So we'll go ahead and lift our muffler up, slide it forward as far as it will go, and then we can put our clamp on. And we're not going to tighten this all the way up, we're just going to snug it to hold it in place. So we're going to be using our 16mm socket. Now when you tighten this clamp up, you want to make sure that it's all the way to the end of the muffler inlet pipe, just to make sure you get the best clamping force on it. All right, now that we've got that snugged up, we can move on to the next part of the system. Now we can install our mid pipe here. We slide a clamp on the end of the single side, and then slide this over the muffler exhaust pipe. Now when you install this, you want to make sure that this is as level as it can be. We've got equal distance on both sides of this Y pipe here. And then we'll go ahead and snug that up, just like we did with the front, using our 16mm socket. All right, now we're going to go ahead and install our driver's side over the axle pipe, and it's got a hanger attached to it, so it's going to go into this isolator right here, right above the axle, and then it's also going to connect to the Y pipe that we just installed. So we're going to slide one of our 3-inch clamps over the end of it, then insert our pipe over the axle and into the isolator, and then over our Y pipe. And again, we'll tighten this clamp down, just snug it down with our 16mm socket. Now we'll slide a clamp over our passenger side over the axle pipe and get it installed as well. So we'll want to make sure that we seat this as far as it can go, and then we'll tighten up that clamp again with our 16mm socket. Now we'll slide a clamp onto our passenger side tailpipe and insert the hanger through the isolator here, and then connect it to our over the axle pipe. And again, you want to make sure that these seat as far as they can go. And then we'll snug that clamp up with our 16mm socket. Now we'll go ahead and slide a clamp on our driver's side tailpipe, and we're going to do the same thing that we did on the passenger side. Insert the hanger into the isolator here, and then the end of the tailpipe over the over axle pipe. Now once you've got it fully seated, we'll go ahead and snug up our clamp, again using our 16mm socket. Now this next step is going to require us to use our tip outlet with a special rounded clamp, as well as the tip itself. And this process is going to be the same for both sides. So we're going to go ahead and slip our clamp over the beveled edge of our tip outlet, slide that onto our tailpipe, and then we'll tighten this bolt down with a 13mm socket. Now you want to make sure not to use an impact wrench on this particular clamp, as it could snap. So you wanted to make sure that this clamp also, make sure that it covers not only the tip outlet itself, but also the tailpipe. So as long as you're connected to both of those and you get it snugged up, now we can go ahead and install our tip. Now the tip itself comes with a clamp already built into it, and the kit also comes with these carriage bolts and a nut as well. So we're going to go ahead and slide our tip over the tip outlet, insert the carriage bolt from the top, and then put the nut on the bottom. Now once you've got it started, we'll go ahead and snug that up with our 11mm socket. Again, try not to use an impact on this, as it could damage it. All right, once you've got one side done, you can go ahead and install the tip outlet and the tip itself on the other side. And now that you've got your system completely installed and snugged up, now is a good time to double check all of your clearances, make sure your tips are aligned the way you want them, and then finally go through, starting from the front, and tighten up all of your clamps.
So that's going to wrap it up for my review and the install of this AWE OFG dual rear exit exhaust system with the Diamond Black tips, fitting all 2009 to 2018 5.7 liter Ram 1500s. And remember, for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.